Yo, what is going on, everyone? My name is Nick, or the Notorious Fantasy, and in today's video, we're going to be talking about the injury that occurred to Travis Etienne last night in their game up against the New Orleans Saints, as well as how that injury impacts James Robinson for fantasy football in 2021. Can James Robinson be a top 12 running back again for fantasy football in 2021? Maybe that's what we're going to be looking into in this video. But before we get on into the breakdown of the injury, as well as into the breakdown of James Robinson, I would like to ask, if you are new to the YouTube channel and you do end up enjoying today's video, to please make sure that you hit that subscribe button down below. Not only is it free, I put out content every single day to help you guys win your 2021 Fantasy Football Championship. And while you are down there, whether you are new to the channel or not, please make sure to hit that like button down below to help boost this video up the algorithm so that more beautiful people like yourself can see today's video. I would also like to let you guys know that my rankings and articles are available for free on Osmo.com, link down below in the description, as well as in the pinned comment. So make sure you guys check that out. Without further ado, let's get into the video. So today, earlier on today, Adam Schefter posted that the Jaguars officially placed running back Travis Etienne on the injured reserve. This means the Jaguars cannot bring him back this season, and his rookie year is officially over. Only players on the 53-man roster as of 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time next Tuesday can be placed on the short-term IR. So Travis Etienne is done for the year. Now, prior to this injury to Travis Etienne, if I'm being honest with you guys, I was not very high at all on Travis Etienne. I had him ranked behind James Robinson, but I did realize that he was definitely going to carve out a role in this offense that would hurt James Robinson and probably keep both of these running backs from potentially really finishing inside of the top 24 unless there was an injury to either of the players. And that was the exact situation that ended up happening today. Obviously, last night, Travis Etienne gets hurt. There's a lot of speculation. Maybe it's just going to be 4 weeks. Maybe it'll just be half of the season. Maybe he'll be able to make it back by the end of the season. But today, we realize that is officially over for Travis Etienne this season, and he will not be playing football in his rookie season. So what does this mean for James Robinson? Now, James Robinson last year finished as the running back 7 in PPR, 7.5 PPR, and the running back number 7 in standard, playing in 14 games last season, averaging 17.9 PPR points per game, 16.1 half PPR points per game, and 14.4 standard points per game, ranking 7th in PPR points per game, 8th in half PPR points per game, and running back number 7 in standard points per game. So James Robinson was absolutely dominant for a running back that basically no one had any idea who he was. He was given the opportunity to be the bell cow in that backfield because of the fact that they ended up getting rid of Leonard Fournette, as well as the fact that the other running backs on the team could not stay healthy. So James Robinson became the guy, and week 1 on, this dude never looked back. He was honestly looking like one of the best running backs in fantasy football last year, like actually one of the better running backs in the NFL last season. The guy was dominant game in and game out. He was dominant in the receiving game as well as in the rushing game. Last season, James Robinson had 240 carries, 17.1 per game, ranking 6th at the running back position for 1,070 rushing yards, 76.4 per game, ranking 5th at the running back position, as well as tacking on 60 targets, 4.3 per game for 49 receptions, 3.5 per game, ranking 8th at running back for 344 receiving yards and 10 total touchdowns on the season, ranking number 9 at the running back position. James Robinson was the clear workhorse running back on this team last season, and honestly, I believe he deserved that, and he was looking very, very good. So now, how can we project kind of his finish on the season? Now, with Urban Meyer there, I honestly believe that his upside is certainly limited because I feel as though Carlos Hyde is going to be relatively involved in this offense. Now, is he going to make it so that James Robinson can't be a solid running back 2 in fantasy, meaning he finishes from running back 13 to 24? Definitely not. He could easily slot in at that range, but how is his upside kind of diminished by Urban Meyer? In my opinion, Urban Meyer is not really all that good of a coach. Now, Doug Marrone obviously is not Bill Belichick or something, but Doug Marrone realized last season that he needed to give the ball to James Robinson a lot. Even if the fact that the team was getting their back blown out week in and week out, they still wanted to give the ball to James Robinson because giving him the ball gave them one of the best chances to win the game. Will that happen in 2021? I'm not too sure because Urban Meyer is going to try at least to utilize the other running backs on this team. Now, again, does this mean that James Robinson is going to be irrelevant? Probably not. Right now, I would slot him in the running back range of a guy like J.K. Dobbins, a guy like Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Chris Carson, somewhere from like running back 16 to 18 on the season, because I recognize the immense amount of upside that James Robinson represents if he is fed the rock as much as last season. If he is fed the ball that much and he is as good as last season, he really could be a top 12 running back yet again. But Urban Meyer, to me, is a bit of a stooge, a bit of a dumbass, and I'm not too sure that that is exactly how this backfield is going to play out. I think Carlos Hyde is going to be seeing enough work to kind of screw James Robinson outside of the top 12, but I still think that he does have potential to finish inside the top 12. So right now, let me know down below in the comment section, where are you guys looking to draft James Robinson after the Travis Etienne injury? Because to me, I think he's definitely a 4th round pick at this point, maybe a 3rd round pick if you really heavily believe in the fact that this guy is going to be a workhorse running back and that Carlos Hyde is going to have very little value in this offense. So let me know down below what you guys think. I like James Robinson a lot. Obviously, these are just my early reactions. I haven't had way too much time to kind of dive into this and assess the situation, but how I see it, Carlos Hyde will be utilized enough for James Robinson not to finish as a top 12 running back, but he is going to get very, very close on the season. Obviously, terrible situation for Travis Etienne. Didn't even get to really play at all in his rookie season. I hope he is okay and is able to return to form next season. But for now, it is officially James Robinson season for fantasy football in 2021. So make sure if you guys did end up enjoying this video that you hit that subscribe button down below. I love each and every single one of you guys. Have a great rest of your guys' day. As always, good boy.